We all know the feeling when everything you worked for comes crashing down. The disappointment, the frustration, and the question that haunts you. Why did I fail? You gave it everything you had and still it didn't work out? It's easy to feel like the world is against you, like maybe you're just not cut out for success. But what if I told you that failure is not the end? What if I told you that failure is your greatest teacher? Think about the people you admire most, whether it's a successful entrepreneur, an athlete, or an artist. Do you think they never failed? Every one of them faced crushing setbacks. Every one of them had moments when they wanted to quit. But what separates them from the rest is that they didn't let failure define them. They used it as a stepping stone, as a lesson, as fuel to keep pushing forward. Take a moment to look back on your own life. Think about the times when you failed, whether it was in school, a job, a relationship, or a dream you chased but didn't catch. You survived those moments, didn't you? You learned, you grew. Maybe at the time it felt like the end of the world, but look at where you are now. Stronger, wiser. The problem is, we're often taught that failure is something to be ashamed of. You learned, you grew. Maybe at the time it felt like the end of the world, but look at where you are now. Stronger, wiser. The problem is, we're often taught that failure is something to be ashamed of. We see others highlight reels on social media and think that everyone else has it all figured out. But behind every success story, there's a chapter of failure that nobody talks about. The truth is, failure is a part of life, a necessary part. You're not failing because you're not good enough. You're failing because you're trying, and trying is the hardest thing to do. We live in a world that celebrates instant success, but real success isn't instant. Real success is messy, it's full of ups and downs, it's built on the back of failure after failure. Think of it like climbing a mountain. Every time you stumble or fall, you're learning how to climb better. You're building the strength to reach the top. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a part of it. It's the foundation upon which success is built. Look at Thomas Edison. He failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. But he didn't see it as failure. He saw each setback as another way to not make a light bulb, a step closer to finding the right way. And it's not just about big inventions or major achievements. Failure shows up in everyday life too. You might fail to keep a promise to yourself, to stick to a goal, or to balance your work and personal life. But here's the thing, you're not defined by that failure. You are defined by how you respond to it. When life knocks you down, and it will, don't stay down. Don't let one failure make you forget all the progress you've made. Stand up, keep going, because failure is not a signal to stop. It's a sign that you're pushing your limits, and pushing your limits is where growth happens. Think about all the small wins you've had along the way. The times you thought you couldn't, but you did. The moments you felt like giving up, but you didn't. That's resilience, that's strength. And every time you face failure head-on, you're becoming the person you're meant to be. Success isn't about never failing.